الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Right, okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعه بلسان يوم الدين. Brothers and sisters, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Going for Hajj, very optimistic, right? And then I say salam alaikum salam. You just spent 30 minutes in the masjid. Not even 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours yet. Just 30 minutes. MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. Brothers and sisters, fathers as well as mothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward each and every one of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the fitna of this dunya and the hereafter. Welcome to the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center today for our first Hajj meeting. We are going, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to discuss very important matters that we need to know and you need to know. And also as well to make sure we put things in place before we go over there. And as you know, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who invites. Not you, not me, not anyone. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who invites. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it possible for all of you and all of us to be there, Ya Kareem. But before we start the program, we must recite or get our Shaykh to recite some few verses from the Quran, and we will take it from there. فليتفضل الشيخ آدم مشكورا. Okay. The Sheikh is looking for what he has to recite to you. However, as I said, welcome to the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center. There is a noble center that is run by humble brothers and fathers and servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as mothers. Everyone is involved to make sure that Quran and Sunnah is implemented. Inshallah, as I said, the Sheikh will recite the ayats to you and will give you the nutshell meaning of them. And thereafter, we will introduce the program to you. It's not going to be a long program, very short one, but very, very brief and straight to the point. And we have very, very important things to highlight to you. Okay? خلاص. Alright, now I'll pass the mic to the Honorable Sheikh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأتموا الحج والعمرة لله فإن أحصرتم فما استيسر من الهدي ولا تحلقوا رؤوسكم حتى يبلغ الهدي محله فمن كان منكم مريضا أو به أذى من رأسه ففدية من صيام أو صدقة أو نسك فإذا أمنتم فمن تمتع بالعمرة إلى الحج فما استيسر من الهدي فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام في الحج فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام في الحج و7 إذا رجعتم تلك 10 كاملة ذلك لمن لم يكن أهله حاضر المسجد الحرام واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله شديد العقاب. الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب. ليس عليكم جناح أن تبتغوا فضلا من ربكم فإذا أفضتم من عرفات فاذكروا الله عند المشعر الحرام واذكروه كما هداكم وإن كنتم من قبله لمن الضالين. ثم أفيضوا من حيث أفاض الناس واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم.
Okay, you've heard my humble beloved Sheikh Adam Jallo, his beautiful recitation of these wonderful ayats. In a nutshell, I'll pass the mic to my able Sheikh, humble beloved Sheikh Mahmoud Jallo, to give us just brief meaning of these wonderful ayats. فليتفضل الشيخ مشكورا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي خلق الإنسان وهداه إلى دين الإسلام، والصلاة والسلام على من بعث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. وبعد. All the praises belong to Allah, the Lord of the universe. May the peace and blessings of Allah be on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his family, companions, and to all of us until the day of resurrection. Quran is wonderful when you know what it is saying. The melody is not the most important thing, it's what you learn out of it. That is the most important. We thank the Sheikh for reciting these verses and choosing the right verses for the right event. He was reciting verses to do with Hajj from Surah Al-Hajj. He started by saying, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. Atamma is to complete. He's saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you and me, complete your Hajj and Umrah for Allah, not for any other thing. So he's telling you, before even you go, your intention should be clear, that you are going there for the sake of Allah. And you are doing that because Allah commanded you to do it. Not because my neighbor has been to Hajj, I have to be in Hajj. My co-worker has been to Hajj, so therefore he's not going to be called Al-Hajj or Al-Hajjah while I am still the same title. I will have to earn that title too. That's not the purpose. وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. I am not going to explain all the verses. If I do that, I will be giving you too much trouble here. But I will move on to another one. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Al-Hajju Ashhurun Ma'alumat. Hajj are known months. What are the months of Hajj? I'm not going to test the shuyukh. Anybody know the months of Hajj? From the audience? What are the months of Hajj? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Al-Hajju Ashhurun Ma'alumat. Don't think the questioner doesn't know. He's trying to learn from you. But I want to maybe help. Inshallah, if not, I'll have to ask my shuyukh to help me. Anybody from the audience, please? What are the months of Hajj? No idea.
September.
No, they're going in August. It has to be August.
August or September?
August. That's good. August is one. Another one? January. Good. Another one is January. It's the month of Hajj. Another one?
I believe someone would think of the month you were born.
Because it's a month. He didn't say 2 months. Because in Arabic, if we say Al-Hajju Shahrani Ma'lumani, 2 months, it will be 2 months. So if you say Ashur, it means it's months. So you start from 3. So it has to be more than 2. So any other one. You've already mentioned 2. So what remaining?
That's in English, yeah.
That's in English.
September, August.
Yeah, we have August and January. And which one again? Zulqa'dah. Fantastic. You got one. So we're not going to mention the English month. If not, we're lost in ourselves. Just like if you talk about Ramadan and you start saying Ramadan is in June, you are getting it wrong because sometimes it can be in January. Sometimes it can be in another. So therefore, the months of Hajj are the Islamic calendar, you're going to call them, not the Gregorian calendar, which is the Western calendars. Dhul Hijjah, Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, one more remaining now. So you are almost there. Yes, our ex-chairman did manage to get us out of the trouble. We got 2 already. One more.
Said it.
Which other sister? Shawwal. Very good. Are we in Shawwal? Yes. Are we in the month of Hajj? Yes. Sheikh called you because we are in the month of Hajj. He left the Ramadan out. Inshallah, barakallahu fi wa that. So, Al-Hajj Ashhurun Ma'lumat. So you are ready already. You are planning to go. You are in the month of Hajj. Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah in the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. Not the whole month, the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah as part of the Ashur al-Hajj. Okay, I think I am not going to go further than that. Let me hand you over to the Sheikh so that I will not take most of your time. All I'm going to say to you, you've done the best thing that a human being can do for himself. And that is taking the determination to go and become the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, if you go there and come back, you will be like a newborn baby. So Allah will wipe out all the sins you have committed. And if you hold on to it until the day that Allah take you out of this world, you will have no reward other than Jannah. No other reward. The reward you will have is Jannah. Al-Hajj al-Mabrur, laysa lahu jaza illa al-Jannah. The accepted Hajj has no reward except going to paradise. Farija, ask the Almighty Allah to guide all of us to the right path. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Jazallahu Shaykhana Khair al-Jaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward my humble, beloved Shaykh beautifully. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him and all of us al-Jannah bighayri hisab. My dear brothers and sisters, you've just heard from the Shaykh al-Qari, the one who recited, and my Shaykh who explained or interpreted the ayats, the verses to you and myself. He mentioned one thing. He said, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. Perform your Hajj and Umrah for who? So please who? Allah. So I will not say anything. With these statements, without much ado, I will pass it on to my humble Sheikh, the Sheikh Dr. FAISAL BOADI, the Chief Imam of the Center. And you always have you're on queue to ask your question on Islam channel, right? But once you registered here to go to Hajj, you will ask him at all times. You don't have queue. So he's here. Let me pass the mic to him.
It's face to face.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil mursalin nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome back. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless each and every one of you. First of all, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be among the living ones after this time. You are very fortunate. So many people were with us last night, and now they are no more with us. So you are very lucky, and you have been very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The journey you are going to undertake is the biggest and the greatest journey that you are going to take. And as Allah has made it clear to us, in Quran chapter 2, verse 196, that you have to complete your Hajj and everything just for the sake of Allah. In other words, the Alpha and Omega of Hajj is to seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's all what you are going to. The beginning and then the end of it. So you are not going there for anything, this one, that, no. You may see some other things and so on and so forth, but that does not mean these are the main things that you want for, no. You must concentrate upon what left you that place. You went that side from your house until you reached that side. Why did you live? What was your main intention? What was your main aim and objective? That's what you have to think about it. And not other things that will happen here and there, no. You may see so many things and so forth, but that's not your aim. That is not your aim. So for example, you go to Medina, from here you go to Medina, you have a very nice hotel and everything. Then when you come from Medina, you go to Azizia for a day, 2 days, or how many days, or 3 days. Azizia is not hotel by itself. It is just a stopping in and so forth. It's not a hotel. It's people's apartment. So they close it last year until this year for Hajj. From one Hajj to the next Hajj. And they will open it maybe the day that you have reached there. That's the time they are coming to open it. So you may not expect it to be like ordinary hotels that every day people are coming in and so forth. So when you go there, don't say that, oh, why did this and that? No. All these things, you have to be patient and so forth. Be very patient. The main aim and objective that you are going to is to go and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to please Allah and to be also accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is your main aim of leaving your house to go to that particular place. And hence, there is no argument. You have, Hajj is a place, you see how Allah made it. Allah made fasting came first, isn't it? And then after that came the Hajj. Why? Because in fasting, you experience sabr, patience, isn't it? Yes. So Allah prepares you before you go to Hajj. If you don't have patience, maybe you finish Hajj and you don't have Hajj. You're going to argue, you're going to curse someone, you're going to backbite somebody, you're going to talk about that one, and so on and so forth. Why? Because you don't have patience. At the end of the day, you get nothing. So, you have to build your patience from now. Yeah? The Ramadan, mashallah, Ramadan hasn't gone far. It is just here. So the spirit of Ramadan is still with us. And you should keep it until you go to Hajj. And have patience. They tell you the car or the coach will come at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. They don't control the vehicles and so forth, the transportation. No. It is the Saudi authority that controls it. Therefore, they are the ones to release it. They will tell you to prepare yourself such and such time. But maybe you go in the morning, about the whole time, this thing has not yet reached yet. You have to have patience, because at the end of the day, where are you going to? And what are you going to do? This is the most important. So may Allah bless all of you. Whatever intention that you have made, may Allah accept it for you at this moment, before you even depart from this world to go to the next world over the other side. Inshallah. May Allah bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Sheikh for this very short, brief advice. Inshallah, I will just let you know our programs to come, inshallah, in the next few weeks. So we are aware of them. The first thing is this meeting today, which is amongst us, and you're going to know what you're expecting from us and what we expect from you. And there are certain things which we need to be aware of. Any health condition you have, you must declare. There are forms here which people did not fill, so we don't know about some people. When you registered, we need to know everything about you. When I say everything, it means whatever it takes for you to perform your Hajj, ability, that you will not, what can I say, or whatever might hinder or maybe will cause any one of us to give you a special support, or the organizers or the mission, we need to know. You must declare that to us, because we don't want, inshallah, we tell you scenario that happens last year or the year before, not Sheikh Mahmoud's time. Alhamdulillah, I was very happy. That time he had some young boys, mashallah, they can even carry some people. So mashallah, it was good. But we need to know. And there are some conditions which we will accept and we will not. To be honest with you, we must make things clear here. And even if the person is snowing, you have to say, I'm snowing. Because why? Some people, they snow, it's not sickness or anything, but they cannot sleep with another person in the room. It happens to a time that whereas one of the brothers had to go to the corridor and he was sleeping there. When they came and asked, brother, why are you sleeping here? He said, the person I sleep with, he snow and I cannot sleep. So it's not a problem. At least we put, Sheikh Wadi said, the one who snows, the one who snows, and the one who doesn't snow, and the one who doesn't snow. So at least I don't want to say the way Sheikh Wadi says it. He says so they can drive the cars together. You see? But however, this is the reason. So whatever you have, you must make it clear. And we have to make our position clear to you. We can go with before it is too late. And if we have, of course, we have organizations that provide the services that you may need, that we cannot provide, and then we register you with those ones. So we must make things clear, please, because this is the masjid. We must protect the image of the masjid. We're here to facilitate your journey. So now, to just introduce the high table, which I should have done earlier, we have Sheikh Adam, our humble Imam here. Bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always with you, and inshallah you will see him somehow. Inshallah in Mecca, if not this year, next year you see him, don't worry, inshallah. We have our humble Sheikh FAISAL BOADI, the chief Imam of the center, our leader, and we have our humble beloved Sheikh Mahmoud Jallo, mashallah, one of the Imams here as well, and you know him, it's well known all over, alhamdulillah. And he took as well the people to Hajj. You might see him next year as well, the year after, inshallah. And we have our dearest humble father and Sheikh Garba. And this is a very active man in Mecca. You see him? He runs here and there. When you talk about arrangement, boss is the one running. May Allah give him shifa. He had some injury, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him shifa. Don't worry, you could hardly see him. And when you see him there, he looks at you. He doesn't look at you with smiley face. Because he's running under the sun. He wants to go and get your bosses, get this one for you there. So inshallah, don't worry about him. Inshallah, here. And we have our humble dearest father, the head of the Bab Salam organization, is Sheikh Zakaria. He's the man, his wife called him Father Christmas. And I said, why do you call him Father Christmas? He said, Sheikh, whatever problem you bring to him, he will say, no problem. So she called him Mr. No Problem. He said, Sheikh, no problem. If it's a problem, he said, no problem. So he's Sheikh Zakaria. And then we have our dearest humble father there and brother, our secretary general of the masjid, Brother Abdurrahman Tijan Kamara. Mashallah. So it's Tijan. I added something for him, that's why he laughed. He could not say anything anymore. Mashallah. So, and we have our executive members. Where's Al-Fazain another? Mashallah. We have our humble dearest mother, Aja Bushra. She's upstairs. Mashallah. She's saying, anyone who comes late, I send them down. Now, before I go to the organizers, and we have something important. I have the cameraman. The cameraman, you see, he's the main man of Sheikh Boadi. The cameraman. If you want him to define for you what is Hajj right now, just pass the mic to him. Any question Sheikh Boadi wants to ask, he said, cameraman, tell me, what is it? He will define it from the ancient time. Mashallah, we have our main man here that hold the masjid, Uncle Tijan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him. Mashallah, you have me, and it's me.
Sheikh Yusuf.
Yeah.
You see him every time.
Check Yusuf, man. The text message. The one who asks you for your money, for the money. I want the money. Before you leave this place, you're ready for my money. Yeah? And inshallah, if Allah makes it easy, I will be with you there this time for Hajj. Inshallah. Just keep smiling. But one thing I will make clear before we move on is time. I don't joke with time. Time is very, very important. We said 5 o'clock, people come after 5. And anyone who is late here, Allah said, He said, As-sabiqun as-sabiqun, ulaika muqarrabun. He said, those, the foremost amongst you here, in terms of good deeds, ibadah, those who take the lead in this world, they will take the lead yawm al-qiyamah in al-jannah. And trust me, most of the time, those who are late here, they're always late in Mecca. I tell you the truth, they are late. And you wouldn't want me to come to you, you keep saying, I tell you, smiley, you looking, Sheikh Yusuf, I'm not going to smile till in 2 o'clock. The van or the car or the bus will not come until 5 o'clock. And within that 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, say, but they said 1 o'clock, where are they? Why can't you be patient? Why are you coming? Why are you here? In fact, if you enter the bus, what are you going to do? It's the same journey. You go there as well, you're going to see it. Patience. Wallahi, patience. If you're not patient, ask or say, please, remove my name. But you will not get Hajj without patience. I tell you the truth. You will not have any Hajj if you're not patient. Because you're going to face trial. so many trials. Maybe someone will come and just kick you. Someone will come and just push you there. As Sheikh was saying here, someone will even come and then say a word. You don't even know why he's saying. And they keep saying, even my child will not say this to me. But someone said it to you there. What are you going to do? Say, I will show you. Show you. You can't use one word to sell your Hajj, right? May Allah make it easier for us. So now I'll go to the organizers. My humble Sheikh Zakaria. No, actually, before that, sorry. Our Secretary General, who is going to talk on behalf of Alaji Sako, is not here, inshallah, or the executive, and say a few words before we move on to Brother Zakaria and Sheikh Garba, and then inshallah they will send you back to me, and I will take the pill, give it to you, and give it to Sheikh Wawood, and then end it up with the Sheikh, inshallah. Fadda Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center, as you know, the Sheikh has just introduced me as the secretary of this masjid. It's just for you to know that we are here to support you, even if you are not here. When you are over there, we'll be here in England to be supporting you whichever way we can, because there are lots of things that happen when you are over there, and we will be here to be giving support over there. And the Sheikh has said that you have to be patient. That's one of the things that you have to take with you. I remember when we went there, there are lots of things which I don't have to repeat again, which you see it yourself when you get there. But during the next week or so, when we have the meetings with you, you will be shown how you can go along and perform your Hajj successfully. But key word is patient, as the Sheikh has just said. Things said to you during this period. So I think I have to pass the mic now because I don't want to take too much of your time. And just continue with the meeting. Inshallah, as time goes on, we'll be saying more to you. So I wish you all good luck for this journey, and I hope Allah accepts your Hajj for you. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let me go to Brother Zakaria. Fadl.
Assalamu alaikum. We have some program that has been confirmed here, but instead of me explaining everything, I will pass over the microphone to Hajj Garba to explain all the details from the flight from Terminal 4 on the 21st up till the time we will get to Medina. And Hajj Garba will explain to you. So if you have any questions which I haven't discussed with Hajj Garba, then I will explain to you, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for being part of this wonderful group going for Hajj this year. May Allah increase us in patience, and may Allah make us go safely and come back safely, bi'iznillah. The Hajj program, as you will keep hearing, is a program which is partly under the control of the organizers and the control of the Ministry of Hajj. Sometimes the organizers, we do not have a control at all. If we say we have, we might be telling you a lie. Sometimes the program that we have arranged can be changed at a very short notice. These are some of the things that you need to be aware of. So once you are aware of this, then inshallah we will go and come back safely. First thing first, we will be leaving via Gulf Air on the 21st of August. And the flight is at night at Heathrow Terminal 4. The flight is at 22:05. But we will be stopping over at Bahrain because it's Gulf Air, and then from Bahrain we go to Medina. We will be arriving in Medina in the morning at 10:30. There will be a stopover in Bahrain for about 3.5 to 4 hours. That between this time we will pray Fajr in Bahrain. I will advise that some of you who can have something in their hand luggage to have, like, you can fry some chicken, meat and fish so that you can have a breakfast in Bahrain. Otherwise, if you said you're going to spend money and buy food at the airport, it's very expensive. So I will advise that you prepare some snack into your hand luggage, because your luggage is checked directly to Medina. So once you've checked into Heathrow, you don't have anything. All what you have is your hand luggage. So you can carry a small rubber bag like this that the sister is carrying and put in some food, but no drinks obviously, because the airline will not allow you to fly with a drink. So for drinks you can buy a drink, but to buy a food there will be expensive. But if you also have the means and you don't want to do these snacks, then it's all well and good. This is just an advice that I've been given to a judge, so that 4 hours we will stay in. You can see that it's 4 hours, but technically it's only 2 hours. Because by the we land at 10:30, by the time we get into the terminal building is 1 hour already. By the time they call us back, it's another 2 hours. So technically we'll be only spending only about an hour and a half or 2 hours at the terminal. So that's when we will pray Fajr and eat whatever we have and get ourselves ready to the gate where we'll be flying to Medina. We'll be arriving at Medina on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. There will be an administrative stop at the airport in Medina. Sometimes it takes in the region of minimum 4 hours, maximum 6 in Medina airport before we get to the hotel. So please, when we are in Medina, you can see me running around doing things. Don't think that we are neglecting you. It's all part of the Hajj program, because the Ministry of Hajj has to clear us first before we move our bus into the hotel, and they have to give us a guide who will take us and navigate us directly into the hotel we are going. The drivers are all foreign drivers. They don't know the route, they don't know where they're going. They just brought them fresh into the country for them to drive Hajj. So there will be a guide who will direct us to wherever we're going in our hotel. The hotel we are staying is Grand Mercure, like we stayed last year, and it's a very nice hotel, mashallah. So this is Medina. We will be staying for 4 nights. 4 nights. These are some of the things that makes people confused about the nights and the days. When we say 4 nights, it translates into 5 days. But the night we are sleeping on our beds is actually 4. On the 5th day, we don't sleep. We will leave on the 5th day. So we'll arrive in Medina on Tuesday, and then we leave Medina on Saturday. Once we leave Medina, our Hajj is called the Shifting Hajj. Shifting Hajj meaning we will have a stopover in Azizia, perform Hajj, come back again in Azizia before we move into our hotel in Mecca. So the Azizia apartment Sheikh BOADI was mentioning earlier is only a stopgap. We will be stopping there. Before Hajj is 3 days, after Hajj is 2 days. But between those 2 days, we will be leaving from Azizia to Mina to perform Hajj, which takes 5 days. So the Hajj rite itself is 5 days. But we will have 3 days before and 3 days after, so the whole total is 10 days. So that 10 days, we will engage ourselves in prayers, we'll engage ourselves in supplication, we'll engage ourselves in charity, and we engage ourselves in anything that we have paid money to go and do. And then after that, we will then move from Azizia to Hilton Suite, which is just about next door to Haram. Especially it's this building here, across the road is Kaaba. So that's how close we are with Masjid al-Haram. And that is where we have unlimited access to Kaaba. We go in and out, we pray Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Qiyamul Layl, Tahajjud, whatever we want to do is open for us, and we can do multiple Umrahs if we want to. So this is the beauty of this Hajj. Because of the fact that we are very close to Haram, so we have access to the Haram, we can perform as much Umrah as we can. And in all the hotels we are staying, we have buffet breakfast and buffet dinner. There is no lunch at the hotels, but we have breakfast and we have dinner. I normally advise Hujjaj, delay your breakfast till 10 o'clock. The restaurant closes at 11. The restaurant closes at 11 in the morning. Delay your breakfast till 10. Once you have a breakfast, carry as much fruits and yogurt drinks and bread and cakes and croissants and fried eggs and boiled eggs
and fruits, and take it into your room. And take it into your room. And then in the afternoon or in the evening, if you feel a bit of hungry, you can delve into that and eat it. If not, then there is no problem.
And especially if you are angry.
So that is how we normally advise them. Whatever you want to take out, the hotel they don't say anything, just because we've paid for it. If you don't eat, they're going to throw it away. In Saudi Arabia, they throw so much food away, alhamdulillah. So nobody will question whatever you take and keep it to your room. And then in the afternoon, you can have a bit of a snack, and so that you save money from buying snack outside. Because even in the hotel, buying things at the hotel is very expensive. I remember in the hotel, they have a cafeteria in the hotel itself on the lobby. I went there and asked for a cup of tea, and they asked me to pay 25 riyal. Outside is only 1 riyal, but in the hotel they say pay 25 riyal. But thank God, in our hotels, especially in Medina and in Mecca, we have a tea and coffee making machines in our room. We have a kettle, we have a kitchen, you can make tea, you can make coffee, and you can be comfortable. So you just grab some, whatever you want. They provide you with tea, coffee, and milk. Whatever you want. So alhamdulillah, that's fine. So that is in a nutshell. I don't want to take much of the time. I don't know what time we have. But in a nutshell, that's what we have. But in Medina, the climax of our visit in Medina is the ziyarah. After we rested on our first day, the second day we organize a ziyarah. We go and visit all the historical sites which are encouraged to visit, and most especially the Mount Uhud and Masjid al-Quba. So these are the two areas, but we normally visit 4 or 5 places. But these are the two most important ones which we will visit. And then during the course of the Hajj lectures, Sheikh Yusuf and Sheikh BOADI and Sheikh Mahmoud will explain to you the significance of why we do those visits. But in Mecca, we don't do visit in Mecca. In Mecca, we go to Mecca for Hajj, and we will do our Hajj safely and come back safely in London. Our arrival back in London is on the 11th of September at about 3:30 in the afternoon. That's when we arrive. But we will be leaving our hotel at midnight. So on our last night at the hotel, we don't spend the night there. We're leaving at about midnight so that we get to the airport in time for us to fly back home. Our flight is very early in the morning at 6 a.m. leaving Jeddah. So rather than staying for the night and leave in the morning or at dawn, no, you need to give the airport at least 12 hours notice before you arrive so that they can prepare you and get you ready for your flight. Remember, there are about 2 million people or more facilitating, and those people, they have to do it in queue until it gets to your turn, inshallah. So during the course of the session, we'll meet you regularly from the week after next until the time for departure. We will give you more information. This is just a summary of what we needed to pass on to you. If you have any questions, obviously, Sheikh Yusuf, Sheikh BOADI, Sheikh Mahmoud, and also we are also on the wings, waiting to respond to you as and when you require. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. You can see my humble Sheikh. I call him Sheikh Garba. He is well acquainted with everything over there. Alhamdulillah. He will tell you what you expecting. And inshallah, we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easier for him and all of us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our trip be a successful one. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our Hajj. A very quick one, brothers and sisters, before we move on. The Sheikh have told you the departure of the day, which will be the 21st. It was supposed to be the 22nd. Because of the Gulf crisis, this is where the problem came. You know now what's happening with this Gulf, Qatar and etc. So this is why we have to leave in the night, the 21st, inshallah. And we'll be in Medina and we'll pray Jum'ah there. And if you look, inshallah, we send the artillery to you. On Sunday, that's when we'll depart from Medina to Mecca. Inshallah. No, it's Sunday. Saturday? Saturday 26, yeah? Okay. Well, I will check that. Yeah, I will check it. Saturday 26, inshallah, we depart. And mind you, I want you to be aware of this. And Sheikh BOADI mentioned this before. Sheikh Mahmoud mentioned this, and even when he went to his people. The Hajj is based on the Islamic calendar, not the English calendar. Get this right. And the hotels are booked according to the Islamic calendar. And before we enter the hotel, normally it's at 2 p.m. Am I right? Good. And we might arrive at the hotel before that time. Get this right. And when you enter, they might not give you, maybe those who are going to vacate the hotels, they have not come out yet. Or probably the rooms are not prepared yet. It's 2 p.m. before you are admitted. Check it. All Saudi hotels. After Dhuhr. So when you arrive there before, what we do, we put our luggages somewhere in the hotel. They will give us at the lobby, we'll pack our luggages. Haram is a big place. Even if you want to take Haram to be your hotel, is enough for you. You go, you can shower, do everything there. This is why you came for. To that place, right? This is why you're going. So we say to people, if you want to stay in the hotel, relax. Alhamdulillah, relax there. But some wants to go to the mosque straight away to do ziyarah. If you visit the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, pray for him, go to the road or wherever. You want to pray sunnah, go there. If it's not Zuhr yet. So we don't want someone to say, hey, but we're here still waiting for hotel. Problem started. That's how we're going to start. First complaint. Now the second one is when we enter the hotels. Last year we got that problem. We have a brother who came, just left not too long, with his wife and sister-in-law, Asian. I mentioned this, the background, for you to know. And I have 6 family members as well, Asians. They're going to be with us. Very lovely family. Very, very lovely. Alhamdulillah. They are Sheikh Boadi's friend. Make sure we go with people we are familiar with. We know their character. Because we don't want someone to surprise us with their character. When you live with someone, then you will know exactly who they are. And that's what happened. Now a commotion happened last year. Until a brother said, why didn't we? He even said it personally to me. And the Sheikh said that we promise from here that we're going to put them according to their background in the rooms. Why would I come and say I'll put African with African, Asia with Asian, Arab with Arab? We're going for Hajj. We're not going to do that. Except if they have common understanding, depends the way it is. And then it was difficult, trust me, very difficult for all the administration. Very difficult for the masjid. Look at the secretary there and Dr. Sheikh Mahmoud. Everyone was restless. Why? Because of tiny thing. And if you go to you fear Allah, you go for Hajj, this will not happen. At all, it will not happen. So we're not going to put you with your friend in your room. Especially the brothers, they don't have that problem. But I'm telling you the truth, I'm going to be women. Know this. If here, inshallah, you go with us, we're not going to put you as friends. You see the way you see me here? As if, that's why you're going to see me there, as if I don't know him. Not friends to friends. Because you're going to perform Hajj. And now, inshallah, we'll make sure we give you the support to do that. That's 2. And also, the Sheikh was talking about the food. I tell you the truth, my humble mothers, when you enter the buffet, we show you the lectures we're going to have. I will show you for 2. You eat any food you want. Is your taste and what you want. 400 times. You will eat. Don't be shy for anyone because you are eating. Some of us, you see like me, I eat, but I like that. So keep eating. But Sheikh Boadi said, don't eat too much. That's what he says. Because you're going to pray and you're going to run. And I don't want to tell you, yalla. And they keep doing, Sheikh Yusuf, sorry, I can't. So Sheikh Boadi said, don't eat too much. You have dates and water. Alhamdulillah, Zamzam. Every day. Zamzam free. You drink Zamzam, you can even wash with Zamzam. If you want to go and take the bucket, take it to the hotel, you wash, you say, oh bad luck, go. Left with you. Yeah? Don't worry, keep laughing, you will smile. Now the other one as well, you need to know, when you enter, you're going to eat. And also as well, some people, I like the way my sheikh says, you know, they look at the way people, they gather the food from the restaurants going, please, if you can hide it a bit, put it in the bag, is better than the whole thing. They keep looking, hey, is that group? Africans. Very important. I have to be very frank with you. That's as well is another one. Please, you have lots. And when you go out, the day is short. Well, you don't even have time to come to the hotels. That's why they do. You don't have time. By the time you come, alhamdulillah, you're tired. You have big dinner, mashallah, all kind of meats. You know that, as the Sheikh is saying. So we have to be very considerate. And at the same time, we have Mecca. We leave from here going to Medina. I stress this. That's why the organizers are here. We're going to Medina. Brothers and sisters, we're not going for luxury. If you want to go for holiday, go to Barcelona. Go to America. But you're not going for holiday. You're going for ibadah. And you see the price the masjid they gave us, the masjid gave to you and the brother. I want to make this clear to you. Let me be honest to you. I have more than 10, 15, 20 people waiting right now to have space. They don't have. They are running after me and the sheikhs. Not only, the masjid does not make 1p. 1p. You see p? They are here. 1p. Look at it, say 1p. Get this right? 1 penny. Not 1 pound. 1 penny. Wallahi. And even the masjid will pull from its funds. Get this right? From the fund people give as charity to the masjid to support your trip. Do you believe that? That's what the masjid is doing. Get this right? Before we leave here, I want to make it clear to everyone. Tomorrow no one will say, hey, why this or The masjid take from its kufa. And Sheikh BOADI will just, if we have to give president, the secretaries and all that, sign. Just for the sake of Allah. And when you go there, sometimes they will run to sign check or anything was not check. May Allah reward this humble father here. Wallahi will pull 1,000 something, just send it. Please. The other time, even the organizer, they said, how did they send money? We don't know. Just we want you to be comfortable. Okay? So when you go Medina, Medina is luxury. Sheikh Mahmoud will tell you, I have this photo, I will show you. When you relax, I will show you someone, one of the Asian brothers. The Asian brother said, oh, I know this Sheikh. I said, yes, he's our Sheikh. He relaxed, he's enjoying. I said, yeah, my Sheikh is enjoying. You see it. It's luxury, Medina, the hotel. But immediately when you leave that hotel, get it right? You leave that hotel, go to Azizia, it's 3 nights. You remember? 3 nights we have Azizia. 2 nights before Hajj and 1 night after Hajj.
3 nights
before Hajj. 3 nights, okay.
2 nights after Hajj.
Okay. 3 nights before Hajj is 5 days, isn't it?
5 days.
Okay, 3 nights before Hajj and 2 nights after Hajj.
It was meant to be 2 and 2, but because we brought the flight back,
okay.
First,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what affected the
Added
time
there.
in the 3rd day in Azizia. Otherwise, it's always 2 and 2.
Thank you.
So that we.
Okay.
The reason why it's 2 and 2 is when we get from Medina to Azizia, we are very tired. The journey is 12 hours.
Maybe it might be 24 hours.
Also, when we get there, we don't rest. We go straight to perform Umrah and come back. So everybody is tired. So that is why we stay for those 2 nights, so that people will rest and relax before we go for Hajj on the 3rd day. And when we come back from Hajj also, Hajj is a very, very tough experience. Especially going to Mina, Arafah and Muzdalifah, sleeping on a bare ground with gravel, sand, you name it, everything. So it's very tiring. So we come back and relax and wind ourselves before we move into the luxurious Hilton suites. So that's why it was 2 and 2. But unfortunately, due to the Gulf crisis of boycott of Qatar, it affected the airline. We brought the day back to 21st, but at night.
Okay.
So that's why, forgive us.
That makes sense, right? You get it here? Okay. That's good. Alhamdulillah. That's why Alhamdulillah organizers are here. Now, Azizia is apartments. You hear from the Sheikh? Apartments. The last time we went, we were the one cleaning the beds. Because they close the Azizia after Hajj. They don't open it until when we go back. And probably this time, maybe Alhaji Garba will leave us for Medina to go first. The first day to check if everything is okay. Then we meet him the following day. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, if he doesn't go, if I know the place, I will go. You meet me there. Inshallah. So this is very, very important. And there, it's not like the food you get from Medina. There you go buffet. There is no buffet. There is no crow. You know crow? There is no crow. There are conditions you can sign here. That's why we said everyone has to be here. And the Asian family, the head of the family, the wife, she's a police. And she is one of the top police. She was at duty today. That's why they did not come, the family. But they apologize on behalf, of their family and everyone. They will be here with all, within the 6 sessions. So you will know everyone. They are the only one I think one are here with other people, no group. Yeah? So this is the other thing. So that as is here, sleep. It's just the food. You go al-bayk, you can buy it there. Don't wait for the food. The time the food comes is like 2 hours, 3 hours late, because it's not the car. They don't even have road. You go to Haram, you walk by yourself. So it's more of walking. So you better start going to the gym. Do workouts. Walking. When I say walk, I have one of the mothers went last year. When I call on the phone, Salaam alaikum, and I say wa alaikum salam. He said, Sheikh Yusuf, now walking in mama this. That one make me to understand Creole. He said, now walking mama. Now I say, hey, so walking has mama. And then she said, yes. He said, we walking because you don't see cars. It's walk. You're gonna walk. You're going to walk until you walk. So please.
But you go with groups, so
It's not individual. We are going as family. We're not gonna leave anyone. We're going as family. May Allah make it easier. And the other thing, very brief, sorry, but we'll have to make it clear, is when we finish there, that food, don't worry about food or everything. And we'll have sessions there anyway. And then we go to the Mina and blah blah blah, as the Sheikh has said. We finish Alhamdulillah Arafah, our Hajj, all this controlled by Saudi. The organizers, they have nothing to do. So don't tell me you always eat salad, you want salad today. The food is what they bring. What they bring, you take it. The time, what they bring it, that's time you have it. So you can't tell me you have some condition that I have to bring the food earlier to you or late. It's not me, it's not them, it's the Hajj. It's Saudi government. Alhamdulillah, we have VIP tents. I beg you, my humble brothers and sisters, when you go there, if you want, we go to the African tents. Look at what they are going through. Wallah, you will thank Allah. Your tent, you're gonna have everything. You have air conditions. The tent will have for you. VIP, you have air condition, everything. You go there, wallahi, food. They don't have food. You want to cry for them.
Food from the European camp.
Take it for them.
To give to them.
To eat.
Last year,
Yeah, to eat. And we are complaining here. And why I mentioned the masjid does not make 1p, the discounts they gave for the masjid. We give you, go anywhere, you will see what you get. You can't get that one. Not even less of the services, you cannot get it. This is because the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they do it, and the support of the brothers and the masjid. Right? Now, we're going Hilton, alhamdulillah. That one is yours now. You can do 10 tawaf, 20 tawaf. That one, you don't even need to call me anymore, because if you call me, I will get angry. No?
It's better instead of a person. Sorry. Whenever you go to Hajj, this is the most important thing. That's why the ayah is telling you, you are going to complete your Hajj only for the sake of Allah. That's what is the main reason that you are going there. Every salat that you perform with Imam, every salat, you get 100,000 rewards. So 5 salats, how many rewards you get? 500? That means 500,000 for one day. Is there any businessman who will not like that one? To get a profit. This is the greatest investment. So instead of roaming about, some of them, oh, I don't want to go, I'm just, but it's tired to go to Haram to pray, but it's not tired to go to the shop. How many? 20 what? 27. So 100,000. How many salats will have to pray in order to get 100,000? You tell me. How many times? And then one day you are getting 500,000. Maybe the whole of your life you will not even get that one. So don't go and say, oh, this one is going, oh, no, let's go here, no. You went there for ibadah, for worship. Concentrate upon that. That's the main aim. The rest of things are secondary things. So look at that. It's the greatest investment. So make sure you perform what you went for. The rest of it, subhanAllah, that side, this kind of materials or whatever, it never finished. Every day you go, you see a new thing coming. And one thing I have to tell you, don't start to spend your money on buying this and so on and so forth in the beginning. No. Don't do that. At the end of the day, when you were there, after Hajj, especially those from Africa and the other things, subhanAllah, after Hajj, they have nothing to eat. And the organizers, they leave them. They don't even come to them. They don't know where they are. They're begging for food. Our hotel used to carry some food, go and give it to them. So all these things, when you go, make sure that you think about what you went there for. So don't spend too much money or buy this and that. Allah has said, وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. See, when you go there, have provisions, no problem. But the best and the greatest provision you can take with you in your luggage is that of God consciousness. At-taqwa. So this is what you should go for. Don't wait. For example, once you have known where the haram is, where the Kaaba is, don't wait for Sheikh Yusuf to say, oh, I want Sheikh Yusuf to come and take me to haram. No. Because where your hotel is, as if you are living in the haram itself. So you can go by yourself to pray the sunnah. If you want to make tawaf, make as many times as you want. Because it takes out your sins for you. So please, whenever you go, don't start spending your money. You see this and so on and so forth, you buy it. No. You make sure that, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to do this. When after your Hajj and so forth, and you want to buy this because here you want to go home, mashallah, then you know exactly what to do. So may Allah bless you all.
Mashallah. This is beautiful, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Sheikh and all of us. Inshallah, just a few minutes more just to explain a few things, then we go. We are talking about the sessions here. We have sessions that we say you must attend them. Not optional. Except if necessary, something important comes up, then it's understandable. But these sessions is only prepared for you every Saturday until the day we're going to depart. And not this Saturday, the following Saturday after that, we start for the... It's supposed to be 6 sessions, but inshallah this time I think it's going to be 5 because of the time. We're going a bit early. Inshallah we start the session at 6:30. It's 6 o'clock normally, but normally when we start at 6:30. So it's 1 hour, 30 minutes. You got food, you eat here as well, and etc. Now what do? We show you everything about Hajj. All what you need to know. Everything, inshallah. So you don't have any question to ask except when necessary. You see? So before you go to Hajj, you already know how to do it, practically. Inshallah. Except when you go there and you see the place, maybe you want to confirm, okay, this is where we learn, this where, like that. Although we will be having sessions there, every place we want to visit before that we have meetings, lectures, and tell you the logistic, whatever it is, what we're going to do. So it's 4, is it? Yeah. Yeah, the 19th. Okay, then the Sheikh said, okay.
Up to the 19th. 19th is Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. And then we rest on Sunday, we leave on Monday. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah. They're saying we continue, so it's 5, yeah? 5 Saturdays. So the 5th Saturday, everyone collect their passports. We'll go and meet at the airport. You have Sunday to rest, to prepare whatever you need to talk to your family or whoever you wants to talk to, have your meetings. Mashallah, if they want to call you Haji, Hajja, that's your own now. But we're not going there for you to be called Haji, Hajja. Yeah, so that's what we need to know. Please, very, very important. Now, if you haven't filled this form yet, you must do so now. We want to know everyone's situation today. And two, inshallah, we have terms and conditions of the masjid and the Salam that you will sign before you go. We don't want anyone to say, I didn't know, I wasn't aware. And the quick one, few ones, we strongly advise every pilgrim to learn and understand the rituals of Hajj and how to perform them by attending the seminars organized by the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center prior to their travel. All terms and conditions must be followed throughout the Hajj journey. Listen to the organizers and their leaders. Now, the booking form must be fully completed and signed. Now, the Bab Salam and North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center will not enter into any contract until the required deposits has been paid and a confirmation invoice has been sent by us to them. And all deposits are non-refundable. You know that. Those who have paid to us, they know that. And balance must be paid in full 30 days prior to travel. If the full payment is not received on time, Bab Salam and the NBICC reserve the right to cancel the booking, and the deposits paid will be forfeited. All necessary documents must be received 4 weeks prior to the departure. This is very, very important. I want your passports. If you can leave them today, leave them home. Don't worry. Now, departure and return dates may change in accordance with the Dhul Hijjah calendar, Islamic month. We are unable to guarantee the duration of the passports. Okay, departure and return and duration of the passports may change in accordance with the Dhul Hijjah calendar. We are unable to guarantee. Oh we're coming to that. He's here. Now, we are unable to guarantee the granting of any visa. Because we are not embassy. Even though, alhamdulillah, we don't worry, don't go and give email, we have visa or not. Don't worry, keep smiling, make dua. We are unable to guarantee the granting of any visa. As a result, accept no liability whatsoever for any refusal or delay in obtaining a visa. Bab Salam and NBICC is not liable for any losses to your valuables, such as luggage. You see, because we're going to book the airline, always they are responsible anyway. But you're not going to lose your luggage. So you're not going to lose, you're going to lose, God forbid, lose luggage, then you say you're going to pay me because you are the one who took me to Hajj. Hey. And then money. You have your money, you lose your money, you're not going to tell me to refund your money. And personal belonging. You can't lose your own phone, then you tell me I took you, I have to give you. And the star rating of the hotel in Saudi Arabia is according to the Saudi Ministry of Trade Standards, not England. The distance advertised in according to calculations of concerned authorities in Saudi Arabia as shown in the official license. The Ministry of Hajj provides tents in Mina and Arafat. Please note, there will be no tents provided in Muzdalifah. Hey, I love that hotel. Muzdalifah, the best hotel ever in Saudi Arabia, in the world. You're going to enjoy, trust me. Now that one is on 10-star. You never seen 10-star hotel. I'm telling you, Hajj. It's so lovely.
Experience.
You know that one, when I was in Africa in my village, I enjoyed. But that place is the best one. Sheikh Adam knows that. Don't worry. Please note, there will be no tents provided in Muzdalifah. All pilgrims are requested to make their own arrangements, i.e. sleeping bags if you have. Is up to you. All transportation is provided by Ministry of Hajj. So don't tell me you want a blue bus and white bus of big is what they provide for us. That's what we take. We have no options. And be prepared for serious delays with all transportations provided during the Hajj period. Where we travel for 12 hours, the Sheikh is saying it's going to be maybe 18 hours. And in Azizia, basic breakfast and dinner will be provided in Azizia. The meals are complimentary, and you are not obliged to take up the meal on offer. And you can eat elsewhere, Azizia, at your own expense if you want to. So we do not provide any special diet. We don't. That one is extra cost and time consuming as well. So please be aware that during the Hajj period, because of the huge numbers of people on pilgrimage and the problems of overcrowding, your planned ziyarat may sometimes have to be changed, and your room facilities or furniture may be different. So Babi Salam and NBICC is unable to prevent this from occurring on occasion, and accept no liability for this. Health and safety. Now, health services are free, provided there. Someone is sick, you go to the Ministry of Hajj. Alhamdulillah, where we are is VIP. All the medics are there. Alhamdulillah, from Britain. They do free services. Alhamdulillah. And regular medication. So everyone who has any medical condition must declare this condition here before we confirm their registration with us. They must. And also, if possible, we should have, if they have any serious medical condition, we should have a letter evidence to see from their GP that they are safe to travel with us. And we see as well if they need to travel with us, then if we have that service provided for them, otherwise they need to have one of their family members to accompany them, otherwise they will not go with us. They need their son or child or daughter to go with them, and that is if we have space. Or otherwise we can register them with people or organization that we believe they can help on that. Inshallah, we're not going to leave you like that. Okay, you should consider taking a travel insurance. Don't worry. Okay, you put that one there. We don't have the halal one. Take Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with you, inshallah. Yeah? Okay, this one is just the legal side. They put it for tomorrow, that's why, yeah? Before you go. So don't worry, Allah is with you. You're okay. Your insurance is your good deeds. Inshallah. You should also ensure that you comply with all travel health requirements, such as vaccinations. Your meningitis, we want them. And if in our reasonable opinion, or in the reasonable opinion of any group leader or other person in authority, your behavior is causing danger, damage to property, or persistently affecting the enjoyment of others, we reserve the right to terminate your pilgrimage. Because we don't want anyone keep arguing with someone. We don't want one person, subhanallah, imagine last year, one person, just one, one finished the whole group. One person. Hey, subhanallah, one. Some people, when they wake up in the morning, if they don't make palaver, they will not sleep. Hey, subhanallah. From here, we study everyone here. From here, we terminate contracts. Alhamdulillah, you have so many organizations going. I'm telling you, one person, one grade, only one person destroy or will destroy the whole image. So we have the right to terminate your contract. We have all the rights to do so, brothers and sisters. Yeah? So, yeah, with immediate effect. Thank you very much. So we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our intentions and make it possible for us to go to Hajj. Finally, you all know where I'm coming from. Who knows? Ah, God bless you. Sheikh, what's your name?
Sheikh.
Oh, Sheikh. Today you're going to be the Sheikha. You go with me, right? Inshallah, keep smiling. Don't stop smiling. Otherwise, I'll pass it to Sheikh Adam now. Money. I desperately want money right now. I want money, I'm serious. Right now, we need what needs to be paid right now is over 70,000 pounds. Can you imagine? The Hajj is just behind there. Over 70,000 pounds. Could you imagine? Subhanallah. But alhamdulillah, the masjid is beautiful. May Allah reward the imams, the organizers, and the mission. May Allah reward them. This is where, when you do things for the sake of Allah, you enjoy it, right? You enjoy it. You enjoy helping people. So please, I need your money as soon as possible. As if you want me to continue to smile, give me my money as soon as possible, inshallah. So any question, anything, and you need to meet us individually to know whether your Hajj is confirmed or not. Please. Yes. So any question you need to ask, you may feel free to ask now before we go to the sheikhs and we come to the end of the session. So do you understand what our services are now? And are you satisfied? Are you ready for it? Inshallah, you're looking forward to it, right? Good. So any question? Please do ask. Yes?
I'm asking the people who have the European passport.
Yep.
Because I saw in the message, so we have to bring some residents or some.
No, the brother is asking for those who have European passports, but they live here. You must bring utility bills. We've sent the messages, and I didn't want to put names there, so at least you know, but it doesn't make any difference anyway. But anyone who has European passport, you must bring utility bill to show that's a sign that you are a resident here, because every country they have their designated visas, right? So quotas. So you must bring it. So that's what we sent message for.
If you have residents here.
Residents.
3 months.
Okay, let me pass it.
Second.
If you have residents here.
If you have normally we don't need the card because the European passport is valid. The card is only for immigration purposes to allow you in and out. So if you don't need the card at all, but if you are not an European and you have the card, you must have your card. For example, if you are a Ghanaian, Sierra Leonean, Gambian, Sri Lankan, or whatever, you then need your card. But otherwise, if it's European passport, you don't need the card. Your bill must be current, not more than 3 months old. The utility bill, gas, electricity, water, these are the required ones. Sometimes telephone, they don't accept it. But if it's gas, electricity, or water, then it's fair, it's fine. Yes.
Or council, right?
Or council tax, yes, council tax, very important if you have. Yes, they can allow them, but the resident card is for immigration purposes. The reason why you have the resident card is also that will confirm. I think you can add it, there is no problem. The more the better. Maybe even with the resident card, it might exempt you from your utility bill. We don't know. But at the moment, the Saudi, they have their own laws. They can decide to do anything. They decided to block Qatar, and they have people joining them. So they can do anything. So just get it, and then it will be fine. No questions asked. Yeah. Yes, brother.
No, I'm just asking if you can get an itinerary of departing and coming.
Yes, we will send that to
everything.
We'll send it to you, inshallah.
Yes. We have all the itinerary. We will send it electronically.
I've already got it, inshallah. I'll send it to you, inshallah. Yeah. Yes, brother.
Is it allowed to cook in the kitchen there?
Nope. No cooking. The kitchen in the hotels, they are so beautiful, subhanallah, mashallah. There, in the hotel, is tea, you have tea, I can do many teas. Learn how to drink more coffee and teas here. You buy biscuits, you can buy breads, you make sandwiches in there, anything. Trust me, it's beautiful. And the hotels, the way they do them, don't worry, I don't want to give you high expectation. I want to give you like as is here. So when you go there, you see something better. But just expect to see as is here, that's all. Yeah. I want to get question from the women. Because I'll be knocking their doors, say hey.
They are satisfied.
They seem satisfied.
Inshallah. I will greet you. Yes, my sister.
When are we having the other session? Next Saturday?
No, not this next Saturday. It's going to be the 22nd, is it?
Saturday 22nd. Starting from Saturday
22nd of July, yeah? 22nd of July.
29th.
Yeah? Yeah, every Saturday. 6.
From 6.
6. Yes, let me go to the sisters first because they haven't got opportunity. Yes, sister at the back.
What of if you can't attend the session?
Oh. It's a problem. Subhanallah, I don't want to say this out of pride. Allah knows best. As a sheikh and the shuyukh here, we travel all masajid, especially in London and some places outside England. And although my imam as well is a masjid, there is no masjid that provides the facility we provide. I tell you the truth, sister. And we make sure before we go there, we don't want to get any loophole. And even considering someone who, for not valid reason, they don't want to attend, yeah, we can exclude their name. If they don't have valid reason. When I say valid, I don't know how to express it. And last year, the same problem. The one who says no, I cannot attend, they give excuse of work, and I'm not saying you don't have, you or me or anyone doesn't have work, and they are the ones who cause trouble. Except those who do not come. For no valid reason, they just take it, they go. Like someone come for a meeting and say, nah, I'm going, record it, send it for me. That's a sign. So, inshallah, we discuss that. But it's very important to attend, please. Yes, brother.
Then I withdraw my question.
Oh.
I ask the shape question with my sister.
Okay, please. Very, very important. You have, the sessions are very, very important. All the sheikhs are there. They tell you every detail. Do not rely on your booklets that you have. And you rely on these sources. You go check Google. Those who got certificate from Google, they can teach you. But trust me, you want to do your Hajj, perform your Hajj according to the Quran and Sunnah. Because it's once in lifetime. God forbid, if you mess around with it, you will never get a chance again until Yawm al-Qiyamah. So that's why you have to make use of it. Any question? Yes, before the brother.
I'm asking concerning the Fajr.
Yeah.
So the first form that you give us,
yeah,
it was the 23rd.
Yeah.
After we send the text again,
yeah,
the 21st.
yeah.
So now some of us we are working.
Okay.
So we have to get some form also again for a proof.
Okay. Alright, inshallah. We'll do that. We'll write the letter and give you, inshallah. May Allah make it easier. Yes, at the back?
Since we were taking in a lot of information during this session,
yeah,
are you going to provide like a summary after?
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll do that, inshallah. And even Adi'iyah Dua, we give you booklets. Our Sheikh always do that, inshallah. With me, what's barakah and the masjid. Inshallah, so you have it. But once we are there as well, we have sessions. Don't worry, you're not going to give all. You're going to know everything, alhamdulillah, but we take it as well, one at a time, bit by bit. In Medina, we have sessions, seminar like this, sitting, we ask questions before we go somewhere. You come from there as well, we have sessions, inshallah. And we even take you to be a sheikh as well. Come and sit and give talk. Yes. Yes, brother.
Yeah, with the airlines, how many kilo are we allowed to take?
It's one bag of 23 kilos.
Okay.
Yes, 23 kilos and hand luggage. Yes. If there is any changes, we'll communicate during the course of the...
It's 2 bags. 2 luggage.
Yes.
It's 2.
23.
It's 23.
Yeah, for 2.
For 2.
Yeah, that's
23 for 2.
Yeah.
But sometimes what happens is that you get there and they're trying to play smart. So I always tell people from here going, don't carry anything. Just take one luggage of 23 and that's it.
Then
when we are coming, that is when we get 2 of 23. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus your hand luggage.
It's your hand luggage.
Okay.
Thank you. Something very important. Very, very important. The Sheikh drew my attention to. Listen to this. The Qurbani. We're going to do Hajj Tamattu'. And the Sheikh will tell you, the one that will go to Medina, we don't have ihram, you go like this, like your dress. You finish, you stay Medina, all that time, nothing. Inshallah, when we put on our ihram, yeah, we do it from Medina, and we make our intention at a place called Dhil Hilayfa, Abiyar Ali. And from there now go and do your Umrah. After the Umrah, you will take off the ihram again. And then you put it on for Hajj, the of Tarwiyah. So there, the Hajj Tamattu, we're going to do slaughtering. So that one, it costs £100 roughly. Let's say £100. And that £100, it depends, they were going to organize. If you want, you buy the coupon. And if you want, there are poor people there that they organize, they buy the meat and give it to them, they cook, they eat. So it depends on your own wish. Whatever you want, that's what we do. So whatever you think is comfortable with you, khalas. Fal haraj. Qurbani is not part of our own package. So it's your own responsibility. And you have to make sure they slaughter it. Yeah.
That also means that we have to get, like, for example, £100 aside.
Yeah, for that. That one you must. And whatever you want to get now, if you want to get £3,000, don't worry, just let me know how much you get. So I'll be always by your side. When you say, Sheikh Yusuf, help me, I say, yes, bring your luggage.
I think we have Alhaji Garba, since we've been doing this job, I think Alhaji Garba has been the one taking care of the Qurbani. If you are, he will explain things to you anyway, inshallah. Either you go with him, he will do it for you, or you go to the masjid and get the coupon. But there is somebody here to do that.
It's entirely up to you. But when we get to Medina, like Sir Yusuf was saying, we will have a similar workshop like this where we will again prepare you. That is when we tell you, because what we normally do is that at any step, at any stage of the journey, we will explain to you exactly what we are doing before we move. So you will be abreast with everything that we are doing, including before the day of the Qurbani. And that will be from Medina when we start the journey for Hajj, coming to Mecca to do the Umrah. So you will be abreast with everything that we are doing, inshallah.
Any question? Yes.
You know the Qurbani that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and when you've got family,
Mm-hmm.
if okay, the wife goes
Mm-hmm.
to Mecca, does it mean that the husband will do the Qurbani, or does it mean that when the wife does the Qurbani in Mecca, is it the same as for all the family?
MashaAllah. You see, it's so beautiful, isn't it? That one indicates that my auntie loves her husband so much. I'll pass the message. Now the question to you, Sheikh. When you go to Hajj, you do Qurbani. Does it mean that the husband here as well can do Qurbani on behalf of the family? They call Sheikh BOADI. They said, you see now, do you see now, I'm in between, you see now? The Sheikh said, Sheikh Mahmoud is closer to you. And the Sheikh said, no, Khali in Arabic. Tell him, no, go to the Sheikh. I love that.
MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. The Qurbani that a person is going to do, the program, that one is for your Hajj. That one is for your Hajj. And that's a compulsory that you have to do it. And if in case something happens and you are unable to do that, then you have to fast 10 days. Okay, 3 days over there and 7 days when you come back to your country.
I paid you £100.
And I'm telling you, the sun over there, the heat, it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy.
I will try to give my £100 now.
So, you do that one. The person who is going to perform Hajj, you must have that one. You have to do it. The one who is not going to Hajj, he too also can do his own in wherever he is. So if the husband is not going and the husband is here, he has to do his own Qurbani and so forth. Also the same thing, inshallah. Now.
Inshallah, yeah.
I'm coming, sister. The question about the Qurbani.
Yeah.
I just want to know the fasting and the cash. Maybe you have more higher blessing from the cash.
I like my brother.
People want to take a challenge.
You want to take a chance? My brother, I don't want you to give us the road after me. I beg get a 100 pounds, put it there. Don't worry about that one. Put the 100 pounds. If you want to put 100 pounds when you come in fast, Monday and Thursday, we'll do iftar here. Don't worry. Okay. Now the sheikh here, the sheikh said, let me make this clear to you. So it's not saying optional. You see the sheikh? Alhamdulillah. He said if you have the money to do it, because this is what the sunnah says, the Rasul tells you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear, the Quran, that you slaughter, and the slaughtering, it happens before, يبلغ محله. So you must make sure you slaughter. Now, however, if you don't have it, that's where the fasting comes. You don't have the means at all. So don't worry, Allah wants to make it easier for you. So don't worry, my brother. Inshallah. May Allah reward you, Habibi.
For example, somebody may have the money with him or her, but during the course of the Hajj, the money was missing, for example, and he could not have money. And you could not get from somebody also to have it and so forth. So in such circumstances, you have to still to do that qurbani. Allah has made it easier for you. If something like this happened to you, then fast 3 days over there and 7 days when you come back. But which one is better? The slaughtering. Because according to Prophet ﷺ, he said even the blood of that does not touch down, and it has been already accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every hair of that, the wool, each one of them is a hasanat, good deeds for you. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, it is coming with its what? Horns and everything. So that's the best thing you have to do. And everybody wants to get the best, isn't it? We aim for the best. Therefore, when you go, make sure that you have that money. If you have to get the coupon, as you said before, straight away you get it, so that headache will be out of your head. Inshallah. Now.
Alright, the Sheikh is just reminding me as well, said that please, especially for husband and wife going, don't say you're going to slaughter one on behalf of both. Everyone has to do their qurbani, so better get you 200 pounds. Sheikh. Now, yes, one sister at the corner there before I come to you, sister. Yeah.
Oh, that was the question I wanted.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's good. From Mr. Suhaib to Mrs. Suhaib. Yes.
In that case, can we pay our 100 pound here?
No. Don't pay it of you.
The money is based on the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't know the rate in real until we get to
you go there. It might be more.
In Medina, that we will confirm everything.
Mashallah.
So keep your money with you. In Medina, we'll confirm that. And during the course of our session like this, we will explain to you.
Inshallah.
And give you the 2 options that we have.
Mashallah.
Whichever options you choose,
you take
Allah will take care of it.
Inshallah, ya Kareem. May Allah reward you for that. Okay. Khalas, huh? Good.
Is it advisable for you to change your pound sterling to real or into any of the exchange thing when you're going, so at least you have the exchange money there?
Normally, we advise pilgrims not to do a change from here. But saying that, for the past few years, I've been advising people just to have about 50 pounds worth of real with them if they can. So that when we get to Medina at the airport, you then have a liquidity for you to be able to buy a SIM card at the airport. Because sometimes at the airport you find out you don't have a real, you cannot buy a SIM card. You have to wait until we get to Medina at the hotel, get into your room, sort 1 or 2 things before you go out and get your SIM card. By then you have already spent half of the day already, and your loved ones are here waiting to hear from you. So advisably, if you can. If not, don't worry. It's not a done deal. So it's entirely up to you. I normally advise you will change about 50 pounds worth of real with you, but if you don't, so that it will help you at the Medina airport. Otherwise, you change your money in Medina. Medina, the exchange rate is always much better. I tend to advise people, if you want to spend all your pounds, change everything into Riyal in Medina. Change everything into Riyal in Medina, because as soon as you hit Mecca, the rate comes down. And as soon as the Hajj finishes, the rate goes further down. As soon as you hit Jeddah to do some shopping, the rate goes down further. So once you secured your Riyals from Medina, you are always on top of it. Thank you very much.
I love this. MashaAllah. Going smooth, isn't it? Are you hungry now? Hey, you see? They are hungry now. They want dinner. Yes?
And suppose you have your real to change to the pounds. It's easier again?
Yes, it's easier. You can always change it back.
You can give it to Sheikh. Anything that remains.
Thank you.
Why do you have to bring it back?
Just give me.
Just say, okay, Sheikh.
What I would do, I would just keep buying sandwiches, keep eating. I make it wow. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Don't worry, you keep smiling, inshallah. It's a fun moment. Okay, now we've come to the end of the session. I would pass the mic now to my humble sheikhs. Whoever has any 2-3 words to say equals to 2-3 equals to how many? 5. Hey, mashallah, words to say to you, inshallah. Then we come to the end of the sessions.
I have one point.
Yeah, please.
You know, you suggested that regarding the passport and ticket and everything, I would suggest that 12th of August will be the right day to give to give passport and ticket to everybody. And we have some other gifts.
Yeah, okay.
Because
the 12th of August.
Yeah.
So a week before you travel,
exactly,
you get your passports. Wow, beautiful. I love that.
When do you need the passport?
I need it now.
Even today, if you have it, you can still give it.
I need it.
The earlier you bring the passport, the better. So if you can bring it from today, tomorrow, from Monday, your passport has to be with Sheikh Yusuf from Monday. But if you have it with you today, but don't send the passport on its own. Gather the passport with the meningitis certificate and the pictures. You can't just give the passport on its own, otherwise it all goes messy. So gather everything with you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is it only the meningitis?
Yeah, only meningitis. Only ACW1 and 2 size photographs. Meningitis ACWY and 2 passport size photographs. Yes?
For me, yes. I just had a new one this year before I went to Africa.
Yes.
It's value up to 10 years.
Is it meningitis?
Meningitis.
Oh yes. They have yellow fever though, and malaria.
Everyone is 10 years.
As long as you have the certificate, don't worry, bring it. Bring the certificate for us to see.
Okay. Yeah, just
that's the one. Yes, that's it. This is excellent. That's the one we need. Yes. So this one, pictures and passport, you are ready. Yes. Who else?
Yeah, no, I'll collect it from you, don't worry. I just want to, I'll collect it now. I just want to, yeah.
Meningitis ACWY.
ACWY.
Okay, thank you.
Because there are different meningitis. The Hajj one is the ACWY.
And very important information you need to know now. Very, very important. Anyone who has a passport, yeah, that is less than 6 months old, they're not going to give a visa. Yeah. Now we receive that and we send messages to the people. So please make sure you bring both. And if his passport is less than 5 years old as well, bring the old passport with the new one. Do you understand me? Now if you have this passport less than 5 years, you must bring the one before that, the old one. Because they said they are only allowed to give visa to people who have been there for 5 years, right? After 5 years, they will give you back. They want to confirm. But don't worry about that one. What you need to bring, whether you've been there 10 years or 3 years, just bring your 2 passports for me. That's all I want. Don't worry about that one.
Well, if you don't have the 2 passports.
You don't have the 2 passports. I think last year, what happened was here an affidavit from a lawyer
last year, if you don't have your old passport, depending on the duration of your new passport, if it's over 5 years, fair enough. If it's under 5 years, then you need to get an affidavit certifying that you have not been for Hajj in the last 5 years. Affidavit duly signed or notarized by a notary public or a lawyer saying that you've not been for Hajj for 5 years. And the Saudi authority normally accepts that. In the meantime, if the passport is lost or stolen, you also need a police report to say that your old passport is stolen. Because Saudi authority wants to know why you don't have your old passport with you. So your old passport is lost, the police will give you a notification with a reference number, and then there is a notary to demonstrate that you have not been for Hajj for the last 5 years. So these are the two things you need.
All right. Yes, sister at the back first. The other one.
I was asking because when you renew your passport, they always take the old one, so I don't have the old one.
They don't take it. Britain, every country. Which country are you?
Some European countries they don't.
Some to take, is it?
Like European country, they don't give you the old one.
Okay, I see. They just take it.
Britain cut it and they give it back.
Britain, they cut it and give you back. Yes. So if you don't have it, just do a lost report and do an affidavit and submit it.
Don't worry, if you need any help, just contact her.
Yeah, inshallah, yeah.
Anyone who needs any help, contact Sheikh Yusuf. Personally.
As long as you don't contact me after 10 p.m.
Yes. I'm also around, inshallah, if you need any help.
Sheikh Mahmoud, you can contact him at 11, no problem. No, it's fine. Yes, sister.
Just regarding the passport pictures, for my own case, when I had my passport, I wasn't covering them. So now because I'm taking by these two passport pictures, and I have this different image.
Don't worry, it's the same image. Are you not Basire? You were Basire before? Except you want me to change it. I can change it so that everyone endorsed it. No, inshallah, it's fine. It's no problem, inshallah. Yes, my humble sister there. Yes.
No, it's just about the passport. We have answered.
Okay, mashallah, may Allah reward you. Khalas, I believe we've ironed out everything, right? Khalas, so we come now to the end. Yeah. Okay. No?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. First of all, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in a hadith, "Man la yashkuru an-nas la yashkuru Allah." Anyone who is not grateful to the human beings, he will not be grateful to Allah. So here, I think you will join me in being grateful to the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center for organizing for the past few years a Hajj package from this particular center, and they are also spending money from the center. So we all can say, may Allah bless the people in charge, and may Allah guide them, and may Allah grant them Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la. Secondly, Babu Salam, we have to thank them for allowing us to work with them, and may Allah bless them also for working with us and being patient with us, because they are the organizers and we are the ones sometimes looking for people who will go with them, and the people directly contact us and then we give it to them, and if any problem happens sometimes they'll say we only rely on your advice, that's why we took that particular individual. So we thank them for that. And another people that we need to thank is the Imams. Sheikh BOADI, the Chief Imam, Sheikh Yusuf, who is actually running around all the time and sending you text messages. He is like an administrator. He's an Imam, he does all the work, and we ask the Almighty Allah to prolong his life while that will be a productive life worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have the founders of this center, who is Sheikh Salah. He's already passed away. When we go to Hajj, please don't forget to make dua for him. When we started this center, we started with humbleness, and alhamdulillah it has flourished under the leadership of Sheikh BOADI. May Allah bless all of them. Amen. And finally, you the Hujjaj. You've decided among all the packages around the country that you are going to go with us. We thank you for that. And we hope we will not disappoint you. And we pray to Allah that He will help us, that we will not disappoint you. And all we will ask you is to be patient with us. No human being is complete. Kullu ibn Adam khata wa khairul khata'ina tawwabun. Every son of Adam make mistakes. Don't take us as angels when we go there that we're going to do everything perfect. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you have that at the back of your mind, then obviously everything will be okay. And as Sheikh Yusuf has said, the package we've given you, you go and shop around. I don't ask you, don't ask me, go and shop around. 5-star hotel in Makkah, at the border of the Haram, no houses between you and it. The same thing in Medina. Go and shop around. If you get it less than 5,500, come. And you got it 4,600. And you are going with a qualified sheikh, graduated from an Islamic university, speaking the language you understand, from your background. Every question you have, you can ask him and you are not worried. You go and see other Hajj tours. Sometimes you go with them, they speak in Urdu, they speak in Bengali. Even if they speak English, you can't understand what they're saying. And you are not paying for that sheikh. And that sheikh is just leaving even his imamship, traveling with you. You're not going to give him a penny. He's doing that for the sake of Allah. And be grateful, inshallah. Hopefully, when we meet here after Hajj, all of you will be smiling and you're going to be grateful to what we have done for you. If I reach there, ask the Almighty Allah to guide all of us to the right path, and may He grant us Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la. As He had gathered us here, may He gather us in paradise together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, inshallah. Thank you, my Sheikh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, the Rasul said, Man la yashkurun nas, la yashkurullah. He who does not show gratitude to his fellow being, he will not be grateful to Allah. We are very grateful to have our humble Sheikh, and he has said it all. May Allah put it in his mizan. May Allah protect them, his family, and every one of us here, and grant us al-Jannah. Now go to Sheikh Adam to make dua. If you want to say a word and make dua for us, inshallah. Fadal Sheikh. Mashkoor.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All thanks be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, if you see us flourishing, it's because of your support. If we got our organization to go to Hajj without you registering here, so it means there is no point, isn't it? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all as well. So the only thing I will say to you, do not see anything that upsets you when you're going to Hajj. Do not see anything that makes you upset. As long as you are doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What makes me to say this? People will use advantage against you sometimes. And you say, oh, this is Makkah. I couldn't believe it. Something that happens with me. I don't want to narrate a long story. I have my mat. Somebody come long away, say, this is my place. Yes. I said, brother, this is not yours. He said, no, this is my place. I said, okay, check the mat. My name is on my mat. And he checked, you see my name? He said, no, this is my place. And I end up give up the place. And I left him. When he sees that this is not his place, and afterwards he leave it and go. So you do not say nothing. But I said, do not say anything that upsets you. Do it for the sake of Allah. And as Allah said, وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. Make sure وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
Inshallah, barakallahu fiki ya Sheikh. May Allah reward you, my humble Sheikh, and grant you al-Jannah bighayri hisab. Now keep smiling. Whoever wants to come now to the table, or I come to you, you're welcome. As long as when you come, you give me money, you're welcome. Otherwise, you go.